All right, now that we have all the greenhouses winterized, we're back out here to pick some broccoli and cauliflower. Cauliflower is still going to be really good. Broccoli is about done. We're going to make a quick pass down and back on the broccoli and hopefully get 4, 5, 6 tubs, but I don't think there's going to be that much out there. But we at least got to look. This could be our final farmers market this Saturday at Worthington. So we're hoping to fill all of these tubs with broccoli and cauliflower. Clintonville is done. The satellite trailer is done. Boy, it is warming up nicely. It's a clear bluebird sky day. It was like down to 37 degrees early this morning, last night, but it feels like it's in the 60s already. It's gonna be beautiful. There's a beauty. Here's an example of one we missed last week, it looks like. It's huge. I can see the beads are starting to turn brown, and see how they're coming off if I scrape it. It's just a touch overripe. It was probably good several days ago. Look, as I rub this broccoli, you can see all the brown beads falling out of it. I'm not going to sell that, unfortunately. Man, that's a nice one. Wow. Wish they all looked like that today. All right, that's a wrap on broccoli season. That was today's pick. 2 tubs. So, not near as many as I wanted. But there's our harvested broccoli patch. Now, if I wanted to have broccoli in late September and all through October, I would plant 2 or 3 rows like this, probably 3 different times, so we would have a longer harvest window. But that was not my intentions this year. I just wanted to have broccoli for about 2 or 3 weeks and be done with it. I do wish I had it for 1 more week to go along with our cauliflower, but it is what it is. We're heading over to the cauliflower now. I'm going to start on purple and Emma's starting on white. Hopefully we can get at least 10 tubs out of here. If you happen to miss our previous cauliflower harvesting videos, this is what the purple cauliflower looks like. We used to grow a variety called graffiti, and it always germinated really bad. So this year and last year we started growing de purple, D-E space purple, de purple. So these look pretty nice. Hoping to get about 3 tubs of de purple out of here. I just finished picking all of the purple and the orange cauliflower. The orange variety is Flame Star. I used to grow one called Cheddar, but we switched over to Flame Star. Actually, maybe I grew both of them, I can't remember, but Flame Star seems to stand out in my head more than Cheddar for some reason. But I am now harvesting the white. There's a nice big, beautiful head of white cauliflower. And I want to show you how tight these wrapper leaves are. So you can see all these little wrapper leaves covering the white curd. That keeps it white. They're considered self-wrapping, self-blanching varieties. If I peel back these little wrapper leaves, you can see there's a nice head of cauliflower down there that's probably ready to harvest. Yeah, I'd say that's big enough. About a standard size you'd find in the grocery store. Some of these wrapper leaves are so tight, you gotta be careful when you're cutting off the outer leaves to make sure you don't hit the curd. But you want to get some of those wrapper leaves off so the customers can see that beautiful white cauliflower. I'd rather them be exposed just a little bit like that. There, see, I just nicked it. Just barely. It's not bad enough to have to worry about it. Wow, that's a big one. That is nice. Sometimes they're hidden. Gotta keep your eyes peeled. I had another tub of yellow. I just had the one?
That's all I saw.
Okay. I wouldn't normally wrap this if I was the one loading it Saturday morning, but my son Gavin will be loading it, and he doesn't have a lot of experience driving the forklift. I'll probably even have him come out and practice tomorrow when he gets home from college to make sure he knows how to fork these up and lift them into the box truck without spilling them. The last thing you want is to spill a tub or a pallet full of cauliflower and broccoli at 6 a.m. So I'm gonna wrap it up real tight for him. That way it's a little more secure, and then he can slide it right into the box truck. Originally, I was only planning to pick 10 or 12 tubs of cauliflower, and we got 19 tubs of cauliflower. Oh, plus the colored ones, so 23 tubs of cauliflower. That one's not full down there, so about 22, and only 2 tubs of broccoli. I don't have high hopes that he's going to be able to sell all this. It's probably enough to do Clintonville again and not just try to sell all this at Worthington. But I already gave Emma the weekend off, and I'm just gonna have Gavin run a sale on these. So I'm gonna tell him about halfway through the market, if he's still piled up on cauliflower, let's put buy one, get one free on them. So instead of $4 for the big ones, they'll be $2, and the small ones, instead of $2.50, we'll just put $1 on them, something like that. Just to try to blow through them and get rid of them, because even though they hold decent for the following weekend, I don't like selling non-fresh produce. Plus, there's gonna be new fresh cauliflower coming on that Emma's gonna be picking while I'm traveling for the next week's market after this week. So on October 12th, she'll be going to the Worthington market. My son just has that weekend off. So we're getting real near the end of farmer's market season. Just 2 more Saturdays, and I think we'll be calling it quits. I'm currently standing out here in our field, ready to pick one of our crops that I thought was done. It has made an unexpected rebound, a complete turnaround, and actually has some harvestable fruit on it. I am amazed and actually in disbelief, because I thought it was done. I wrote it off. I even told our customers at farmers markets that this crop was done. So I'm pleasantly surprised that we have something to harvest out here. And I'm not talking about our broccoli and cauliflower. We harvested all that yesterday. Check this out. So this is our second planting of field tomatoes. Yes, it looks like a weedy, bushy, disastrous mess, but most of this is because it is laying down and sprawled out all over the plastic and onto the ground. We did not stake these up, and I'm paying the price. And I'm regretting it. Now, I'm thinking of another farmer that I watch from time to time who grows his tomatoes this way and does not stake or string them. And I will never understand it for the life of me, how they can get such good tomatoes, having them laying all over the ground like this and not having stakes and strings. I will never do it this way again. The only reason I did it this way this year is because I ran out of time and help to get it done, and before I knew it, they had all fallen over and were growing all over the place, and we had too many other crops to harvest. I'm referring to the veggie boys. Maybe it's because they have so much rocky ground that the tomatoes aren't rotting when they touch the dirt, but ours just go to pot when they're touching the dirt. There's holes and blemishes and scars, nicks and cracks, just all kinds of stuff. And we lose probably 50 to 75% of our crop when we let them sprawl like this. But there are some nice tomatoes out here, and very happy that we're going to have some to take to the farmer's market at least one more time. So this is our last planting of tomatoes, our second planting of tomatoes, and all of these big green tomatoes have turned and are ready for harvest. I did not expect to harvest any more tomatoes this year. Look at them down there. They're not real dark red, and the ones touching the ground are often rotten, but I think we're gonna get a half dozen or dozen boxes out of here today to take to the farmer's market this Saturday. Man, those aren't half bad. Got some blemishes on some of them. That one's good, it just had some mud on it. We're gonna pick them a little bit light today because this very well could be our final picking. Still a lot of junk down there to pick around. So this was my first year never staking these tomatoes, and I'm paying the price dearly because a lot of these good ones that are laying on the ground have rotten spots where they're touching the dirt. So some farmers that don't stake their tomatoes, I don't know how they get away with it. I'm mainly referring to veggie boys. 30% of our normal yields when we don't stake them and just let them sprawl on the ground like this, because everything is touching the ground just looks like junk, and it's so much easier to pick them when they're up in the plant off of the plastic, being held up with stakes and strings. Still seeing some nice green ones? Yeah, right. We should pick a few of those. This looks like a pretty good spot. A lot of red down here. The only good thing about not having your tomatoes staked up is that there's nowhere for garden spiders to spin their webs. I mean, look at that mud caked on there. It's terrible. Some of them are just a little too small down in there. We're not red enough. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's a perfectly good tomato. Oh, no, it's not. It's got a bad spot. So I think today we're going to be doing something I haven't done for a long time. We're going to send these tomatoes through the vegetable washer. I don't like to do it because it tends to damage some of them slightly, but these things are so muddy, I think we're going to have to. And the field tomatoes are a little tougher than the hydroponic greenhouse tomatoes, so I think they'll be all right, and it'll make them look so much nicer. Well, they don't look the prettiest, but we ended up getting about 12 boxes. Let's run them up to the barn and get them washed and get these things looking pretty for sale. It's been a long time since I put tomatoes through the washer. Hopefully they don't get all scuffed up. I'm putting these upside down. I don't think it really matters. Okay. Since they're all going to be sold this week and it's cool out. It sure makes it a little easier. They stand up better.
They don't roll around quite much that way.
Well, I'm glad we have tomatoes for one more week. This is where we're going to wrap up this video, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see y'all again real soon down the farm.